The Kendy and Raybo podcast, sponsored by Maeve's and the Garavogue Bar.
All right.
How are you now?
You know, I've noticed since we started doing it with the yoke.
Have we started?
Yeah. Every
wow.
episode starts with you on your phone. Do you notice that?
That's because I'm always late.
Every episode starts with you on your phone.
Yeah, it's like I just come out of it.
Come here, what happened to you, Ray? Did you sign...
It's 288 with this episode.
288,
Just in case anyone had any concerns about the number of the episode.
Like I said, if you can't read your phone. The
It's awful condescending the way you said that.
If you're not able to read your phone.
Anyone in their car looking at the screen feels insulted now.
But you're
Who
insulting them by going, it's 288.
Well, for my own sake, because we don't know what to call it. Like, I need it for the title.
Let's just call it 288.
Yeah.
288, number 288. Get your input.
Episode 288.
Come here, what's that thing you do when you're a young lad, when you promise the Lord above? I'm not to take a drink, no shagging way. What's that called?
Pledge.
Pledge.
Yeah.
Did you take the pledge in later life?
I'm drinking a cup of tea.
Is that a cup of tea or is it full of stuff? Because if
Cup of
that's
tea.
full, let me smell it to see if it's full of stuff.
Full of milky tea. Yeah.
Ah, it smells like an off license.
No.
God,
So I had a rush. I finished work and then I had the dinner. And then I obviously have to have a drop of tea and a bit of chocolate to take the taste dinner out of my mouth. And I said I have to bring it with me because I hadn't time between dinner and here now.
The one thing with you
Riveting
drinking,
stuff.
the one thing with you drinking that tea is, especially with the kind of black t-shirt and the arms out, you
Yeah.
look like beefcake, by the way. Let me see
Thank
your
you.
pants.
They're black pants.
Oh, never mind. I shouldn't have looked at the pants. It's just you look like a workman. Like
Oh.
with that cup as well, you look like you just came out of a place working.
Yeah, no,
which
not
could
today.
have been the case.
Could have been it was yesterday.
A wee pin in the ear, Ray.
Yeah.
That's exactly what you look like
I'm
now.
morphing into a worksman now.
And you
so I
kind of look dirty as well. Like you kind of... No, sorry, that went too far. Sorry. You just look like...
I have a pair of Snickers.
But I was looking to see if he was wearing Snickers bread.
Fine, they're great now. They're nice and dirty. And I told Laura, don't ever wash them pants.
Yeah, have you? Yeah, you can't wash
Can't
them.
ever wash them.
No, that's the thing with Snickers. You can't
and
wash them.
The more years they get dirty and crusty and horrible, the more a builder you are.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Right. So, and you're getting there. I have to say, you're doing so much work now.
Thank you.
That usually you're the one who says this, right?
Yeah.
You always say it to me because you're always wondrous of my being. And you always say, I'm worried about you, Kendy.
A lovely haircut, by the way.
Do you like that?
Yeah,
I got
enjoyed
that
it.
chop today by Rory's Maitland.
That's very nice. Yeah, nice little buzz cut.
You would always say, I'm worried about you if you think I'm doing too much and stressed.
Yeah.
I'm worried about you.
I stopped yesterday.
Did you stop working?
Yeah.
You retired?
Ray
retired
I
yesterday.
was tired.
Well, do you know what the thing is? You were tired and you retired. But you've been doing so much work in the last 2 weeks. Surely you've been enough to retire,
Yeah, I have enough now. Yeah,
you have it all done now.
Yeah, yeah.
No, you have been up to the back tits.
We should all start with that bloody wedding.
It did start with the wedding. That's the other thing as well.
We took a week off to go
How
to the
long
wedding
has it
in
been
Nurka.
since we were here? Because we've done
2 weeks.
It's been awful busy since that. The wedding in Nurka was unreal. Ruth and Keith, fair play to you. We'll get on to that in a second. Actually, no, we'll just get on to it now.
Just get on to it, get it out of your system.
The one thing I want to know is...
What did you think about them? They were an absolute shower of
a shower of mayo. A big shower of
Imagine
mayo.
if that was your selling point. Your unique selling point is no more than the lads that, I don't know what lads I'm
Like
talking
abuse
about.
people.
Abuse people, yeah. So people that book you.
Yeah.
So that you will abuse all the
We'd be
elements
the
of their...
wedding band of the Karen restaurants.
Yeah.
You know those things. You know those restaurants where people abuse you.
Yeah, you'd have a...
So they come up and say, I just want to talk about the first dance. Come here, I'm not playing your first dance.
Yeah.
Did you ever...
But you don't do it. You all smiles at the thing. And they all look forward to the episode after then.
I can't wait to hear what the boys thought of the wedding.
Tell us, what did you think of the wedding in Nurka?
Oh shit, no, really though. No, let me be honest, please, Ray. I thought it was the worst idea we've... No, I'm already best. No, I don't care about the wedding in Nurka. I'm delighted that couple, Ruth and Keith, had a great time. Okay, all that. That's not what matters, and that's not why I did it.
Yeah.
Contrary to my post today, it's not all about love. The reason I went over to Nurka and took on that job was no more than a young lad trying to impress his father.
Yeah.
You and ML.
Yeah.
I was trying to impress you.
Oh.
How did you not even see that, Ray? That's the problem. You don't even see that was all for you.
Why was it all for me?
It wasn't for the couple, Ray. That was for you.
Was it so I believe that you could do it?
You stupid pig, never even noticed.
Stop it now. Grow up a little.
That was for you.
That you're proving that you're able to do it.
You are the organizer's organizer.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I said, I'm going to impress
You're
Ray
an
now
organizer.
in my old age.
Yeah.
and I thought that you would finally see me.
I did see you. You were mighty well organised. You got a great deal in the car hire.
I got a
was
great
shocked.
deal. Yeah, but you didn't believe that for
I
1
didn't
second.
believe it one bit. I'd have to give a big shout out to Malaga Car Hire because you rock in. It's a big warehouse full of cars. £120. Hand you the key. Bring it back full, will you? Good luck.
The great thing about it's the one area, right? This is the funny thing about car hire, right? It's the one area of customer service where you want them to be abysmal at it. Like, as in, you don't want you want them to just go, shrug their shoulders.
Yeah, I think he actually said to you, look, it's not the prettiest yoke.
That's what he said.
But don't worry about it. I ran out of time counting the scratches on it.
Yeah, no, we did a video around the car, like, to be kind of like, we better just pick up. The thing was in bits.
There was no way you'd...
Great, though.
Yeah.
That's what you want. You don't want them counting everything.
All you want is hireabanger.com.
Hireabanger.com is exactly... And that's exactly what happens.
Rent a yoke.
So, like, you rent a yoke. That's what it needs to be.
Yeah.
I don't want this fella coming out in a brand new spanking car and going and
that's worry.
Counting. Yeah, because then trying to upsell. They didn't try to upsell.
No, they didn't offer you a nicer car at all.
Not at all. He just said, "That's the yoke there now."
That's it there now. It's white. It's full of dents.
It was full of dents, but like other than that, perfect. Like
it worked. It worked. It went from A and then it got.
So it went straight to B then.
Yeah.
And then went back to A then a few times.
Exactly, yeah.
And the thing is, when I was dropping that car back, I said to your man, what needs, he just said, just make sure there's a full tank, we won't even look at it. Didn't he say that when we were, he was like, as long as there's a full tank, we don't care.
Yeah.
Right?
Bet you when you left it back then, no hassle. Good luck.
No hassle is exactly what they said.
Yeah.
So I dropped it back with a foot, right? And expecting your man to go walking around it, like, no, it was 5 a.m, like.
Yeah.
And he just went, is it full of fuel? And I went, yeah. And he just went,
yeah.
Sound.
Thanks.
I just walked away.
There
was no...
So Malaga Car Hire, for anyone going to Malaga.
Yeah, don't get Hertz, because hurts their wallet.
Now, careful now.
No,
now careful now. We wouldn't know them. Could be an ad at the start of this podcast for Hertz Car Hire. Yeah. So let's not go.
No. What is
Hertz so good.
Hertz so good.
You know?
How have they not thought of Hertz so good?
Yeah.
We would be brilliant marketers.
Yeah. And also Toshiba. Toshiba.
What? Oh, you're on about tequila.
Yeah.
I like that too.
Thank you.
That's really good, actually.
Toshiba, you know where we are. And Bulmer started following us. We're flying it.
Yeah,
you
we are
tell
flying
everybody that Bulmer's cuts the head of you with the heartburn.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Bulmer's Ireland starts following the page.
Yeah, Bulmer's Ireland started following the page. And the great thing, like, they were getting really personal as well. They sent me a letter of, like, cease. Cease and desist.
Yeah.
I was like, this is
was
great.
it kind of like the Irish way? Stop, will you?
Stop
it now. You're good, Craig. Stop
it
now.
It just said let you at the top of it. Let you know.
Let you know, stop.
Another thing, last time I'm going to talk about my family, but I got my daughter Ali to say no. Like, that's what she does every time she does something. Yeah.
That's probably the worst thing that you've ever done.
No, full Irish young one. She'll do something and she'll just go, no.
No, and you know, I really enjoyed that today. I rang you when I was on the speaker on your phone.
That's right.
And all of a sudden I heard her in the background. She said, My Ray.
My Ray. Yeah, that's what she calls Ray. My Ray.
That's real. And then she said, bye, My Ray.
Yeah. Isn't that mad that she calls you? You're the only one she says, like, oh, that's My Ray. Like,
that's brilliant. Maybe she just thinks I'm some sort of an Asian fella. My Ray.
My Ray. That's more of a Japanese kind of.
I wasn't being specific.
No, I probably shouldn't have got specific.
No, you shouldn't have.
But the thing is, for some reason, she just thinks you're best friends. Like,
that's great. Yeah, we don't talk much, but anyway.
Well, that's what best friends
Layla is my favourite. But anyway, you were talking about car hire.
Oh yeah, but anyway,
and then the rest of it.
I don't know what the rest of it. Anyway, I just wanted you to love me. No, that's not a great way of saying this, Ray.
Yeah, I did love you. In fairness, obviously the last time we spoke on this podcast, there was a whole lot of hooey about, you know, the time we leave for the airport. Mm-hmm. And you had said we'd leave at 2, and I said, you'd be crime enough leaving at 3.
Yeah.
And we split it down the middle, we left 2:30.
Well, I left my house at 2:30.
Yeah, so it was about 20 to 3.
We left Bethany's house at 20 to 3.
It was closer to 3 o'clock when we left. And in fairness, we got to the airport, lovely time.
Yeah, we did.
I had the full Irish. Yeah. Everything was wonderful.
Yeah.
And then you wanted a drink.
Yeah.
Who drinks pints that hour of the day?
Well, first of all, I was going on my holiday. It was 6:30 in the morning.
It was an awful time for a pint.
It wasn't though, because I'd been up since 1.
The pure leadable headner.
Yeah.
I'll have a little pink gin as well. Sure.
Yeah, well the great thing about Bethany is that usually Anthony say it to her, she just goes, yep. She's so great for that, by the way.
But I was freaking out because I was going, hold on a second now. This is not a time to be drinking pints. We need to now go to the gate. He put the heart across me.
Yeah, that's what I love about it. So
and then I almost died.
So that was my point. So you had only allowed time for Ray's breakfast.
Yeah, I allowed time for Ray's.
So you said, I know exactly what the 5 of us should be doing, going at this time for my breakfast.
I get it. You were saying let's leave at 2 o'clock so you could drink pints in the airport and relax about it.
Just so like we could at least be relaxed if something was to happen.
Yeah.
Like we wanted a nice pint on our holidays.
I learned something new about you there now.
No.
That's why you wanted to go early. I didn't know that.
But the thing is, I didn't learn that new about you, but it just got reiterated to me. You were just living Ray's time.
Yeah.
I'll get there in enough time to have my breakfast and then go to my gate, and that'll be it.
Yeah, and getting my plane and fly to my
the other
country.
thing is
Yeah.
as well. So, but we got there in good time. How
He
did you
put the
nearly
hard,
die?
I nearly died because when I got the plane, all of a sudden I felt a hotness off my bag.
So-
and I was going, this is not the Irish atmosphere.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the hell is this? I had a 9-volt battery tucked in with a pair of double A's.
The one thing you need to know about bands traveling, they're just bringing 9 volts.
9-volt
It's just
batteries.
9-volt batteries everywhere.
But it was about to burst.
Yeah, nearly could fire.
And I had to call the Ryanair man down.
Yeah.
And he was looking at me going, what's this about? And I said, touch that.
The thing was, it was red hot.
And then I took out the battery.
Yeah. Did you hold the battery in your hand like?
I held it in my hand, but it was really hot.
It was
but
roasting hot.
he wasn't really giving me anything. Typical Ryanair ambivalence.
Yeah.
He was going, what are you doing now trying to get me to touch battery?
Yeah.
Oh, this is going to shock me or something. This is a joke.
This is
And you
it's
want
a
his
joke
bag.
battery.
Joke battery.
Yeah.
So I handed it out to him and then he touched it and went, oh,
Yeah.
that's hot.
It certainly wasn't safe to have it on the...
Yeah.
like,
And he said,
on
I might have to throw it out. And I said, by all means,
Yeah,
I do
please
not
do.
want to fly with that. I do not want to be the cause of a hole in a ray-shaped battery hole in the side of the But I was so stressed out at that point. Between you going for pints, between Dwayne going for the last minute piss ever.
Brendan.
He basically, the gate is closing and Dwayne goes, I might go to the toilet.
Yeah. So usually...
Will you mind my stuff, he says to me. And I go, don't bring me into this.
But this is amazing though, because that's the stuff that would usually stress me out.
It didn't. You were abroad in the shop buying Pringles.
I don't know
I
how.
was so upset. Bethany was so upset with me because she's not very
Do you know what
leadable.
happened, right? Ray and Bethany checked it. You know when you go past the gate, like we'll say. You know?
I was gone.
So no, but Ray and Bethany are standing there like, what are we going to do? Dwayne was in having a hit and miss.
Yeah.
Now I
could have been a number 2.
No,
He took so long.
Yeah, I have to agree with this though. Dwayne deciding to go for a piss as the gate was closing was just like, you're going to be on the plane in a minute, like,
Yeah.
you know. So I agreed with that. But the funny thing was, why was it me that didn't panic and you did?
I don't know.
It was such a role reversal because I said to you,
You were out of it. Is what
I was
you
out
were.
of it.
I think I was sober.
I said to you and Bethany, just get onto the plane because I'm standing here at the gate. I guarantee you, they're not going to go.
That would have been the
me.
worst 2-piece that couple would have ever got at a wedding.
Piano
And
and
I'm
bass.
not saying that about Bethany.
No,
Piano and bass
piano
and
and bass.
Bethany's 6 songs.
Yeah.
And then she would have tore into a dose of mass songs.
Yeah, she would have done Walking on Sunshine 32 times.
Yeah.
So, no, but the thing is, I was like, they're not going to go without me and Dwayne, though. I'm going to wait and I'll get on.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you know what it was, though, Ray? Do you want to know what it was?
Go on.
I was an organising role.
Yeah.
And my body might have gone into fight or flight, if you'll pardon the pun.
Yeah, well, it was going. Well, Dwayne definitely wasn't in flight.
No, Dwayne
Dwayne was in toilet. Dwayne went fight or flight.
He went fight or shite. Dwayne went for fight or shite.
Big shite.
And but I was like, I'll wait for Dwayne and we'll get on. Like, don't be worrying. Usually when they say gates closed, and the worst thing is, well, not to thank God.
They were so assertive, those ladies.
So thank God you weren't. We got on, like, but thank God you weren't with us on the way back because we didn't hear what happened on the way back.
What happened?
So we obviously left very early because that's what I like to do.
Yeah,
I like
because you wanted to get drunk again.
No, I like to be in the airport and ready.
Yeah, bananas.
You know, there's nothing like being in the airport.
Yeah, sure.
So we left at 5:15 and the flight was at 20 past 8 or something. Or,
Quarter to 5, 20 to 8. Okay.
We're
okay.
45 minutes from the airport.
Yeah.
Like, you know. But we got there in loads of time. I was
Yes.
worried about getting the car back to Malik. I thought they'd check it. Clearly they didn't
no.
check it. They just said, that's a car. Perfect.
Still white.
Yeah. So, and then we got into there and then we got through, checked in the bags, got through, and I was like, we're through security now. This is it done.
Yeah.
So we sat down and then all of a sudden it was like an hour and a half later. I was like, hang on now, our flight is leaving in 25 minutes.
Oh, did you
And
forget?
we had to run the length. We hadn't even got through the passport control. We had to run the length of the...
Oh, no. So what happened in that hour and a
We
half?
just forgot. We started talking about life.
By any chance, was there pints involved?
Not a single pint tray. There was a cup of coffee.
Interesting.
That was it. But I want to call out Luke Devaney. Here we go. Right? Wait to hear what happened on the way back. You have to leave the car full of juice, right?
Oh, yeah.
So we pulled up to this 24-hour fill it up with juice spot.
Yeah.
Petrol stations.
Was it actually called that?
I don't know what I think in Spain they're called, I got really good at Spanish. I think it's called Las Petrol Station.
Petroleum is...
Las Petroleum Station.
Yeah,
Okay.
sound.
So Spanish is flying. So we went in there with the last car. Okay. Right.
Yes.
And I started pinning in Las Euros.
Yes.
Euros, they call it over
Euros
there.
over
Yeah,
there,
we
yeah.
call them Euros over here.
Sure.
Euros.
Really kicking
Abroad.
the arse out
So-
of this.
type in, put in your card, say how much pound you want.
Yeah.
But I didn't know how much pound I wanted.
So you had to guess.
I said, I'm going to put in 20, and if I have to put in another 20, I'll put in another 20.
Yeah.
And Luke Devaney in the backseat of the car said, no.
Now, Luke wouldn't be a man for offering his advice to...
Well, he offered it this day.
Yeah, I'm being really sarcastic there now. He's literally the man. Everybody knows a person like this in their lives who just will always be able to tell you how to do something. That's Luke Devaney.
Does everyone know someone like that in their
I
lives?
think everybody knows someone.
Right. I don't know who that is in my life.
I don't know who that is. It's probably Luke.
Could be Luke.
What happened in this story?
Isn't it funny, really?
Because I wasn't there. I wasn't there, Mark. So let's see what happened in this story. So you're in Last Petroleum Station, you're in Last Car, and you're putting in Last Car
euros.
into Last
Euros.
Yes, euros. Okay.
So I said I'd put in 20 and we'll see how much that fills it up.
Yeah.
And now what Luke thought I meant was I wanted to put in 40. But he was like, no, hit 20 twice and it'll come up as 40.
Right.
And I was like, I don't know if I should do that. Like, I just want to put into, and he was like, no, I'm telling you, just hit it twice. He thought I wanted to put in
people
40
like that.
for some reason. So I did this, right?
Yeah.
The car got up to €20.45.
Yeah.
So I was dead right.
Dead right.
I was on the button with €20, by the way, right? And then €20 was down the drain.
Jesus.
Actually, not down the drain. It was on my shoes because I just kept filling. And it came out the gap at the fucking car. Down
it kept filling?
Yeah, down to me New Balance.
So there was €20 worth of petrol lying.
There was about €2 worth of petrol on my New Balance.
Was there any news stories of Last Petroleum Station blowing up?
Honestly, the smell, Ray, of my shoes when I got back into the car. The smell.
Right.
And it was it Bethany, I think, said to me, that's what happened. So Bethany said to me, I was like, the smell of my shoes, Luke, you dirty bousy, right? And Bethany said to me, my brother had trouble getting through security with shoes smelling like that
like
before.
a Last Petroleum Station.
A Last Petroleum Station.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's good. So up Kendy goes to the security. Straight away, beep, 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 beep.
Go away, this
flags.
actually happened.
Yeah, so they emptied out my bag, checked every lead for drugs. They checked me for drugs. He made me pull out my stomach. And I was like, I'm after indulging in 4 days of Spain. Don't make me pull out my stomach.
Why did they make you pull out your stomach?
So he made me lift up
your top.
Lift up my top so we could like get me waistband with a drug testing thing.
Oh, the drug testing thing.
Yeah.
Oh, because you smelled it, I suppose.
And I was like, come here, this belly now wasn't built for this. You know what I mean? If I'd known, I might have done a couple of crunches outside if I'd known I was going to have to lift up my top. So he tested all that. And luckily, I mean, I didn't have to explain to him, but it was the reason I got flagged was because I smelled like a full Caraboyle station.
Right.
You know? Caraboyle followed us. That was
immediately.
Yeah. So I was lucky to get through it, like, you know.
Lucky to get away with your life.
But this is the difference, though. I think Dwayne got stopped as well.
Right.
There's difference between me and you, Dwayne, if you're listening. He got stopped and lost a head.
What with the suspicion that was
leveled
against him?
What the hell, like, what's the story? Like, I pulled my bag apart. I was like, I just got every lead that we used on the stage. I had to re-wrap it again, Dwayne.
Yeah.
And also, he went at me budgie, right? And I'm laughing at it, like, you know, because all you could do is laugh at situations like that. And you know how much I hate security, Ray.
Yes.
You know how much I hate security. What did I say to you on the way in Dublin?
What
What did I say to you? I said it.
No, sorry.
I said, you said to me, what's wrong with you? And I said, I just want to get through security. In Dublin, this is now, everyone.
Yeah,
I just want to get through because I know what the Dublin security guards are like and they'll be telling me something stupid.
I was defending them.
You were defending them?
I said they're lovely people. I said they're simply trying to give you just instructions on how to do things.
Yes. And while we're saying that, there's a big sign above us that says, make sure you take out your laptops and your iPads before you get up as far as us.
Yeah.
And I said, I better do that then, in order to not get big timed by fucking Betty, right?
Big time Betty.
Big time Betty.
That's what she known as Dublin Airport. Big time Betty.
Up to big time Betty then.
She seen you coming, I'll tell you.
Who throws her hands up in the air.
Yeah.
Just liquids. Just liquids, please.
No, she kept saying just liquids. Just liquids. Just liquids.
Just liquids. She wasn't saying to me like, oh, you don't need your laptop.
Yeah.
That's not what she was saying.
No.
Big time Bessie was like, just liquids. Just liquids. Just liquids. Yeah. Right? And we got through it. They searched my bag as well and tested me fucking leads for drugs then as well, didn't they?
They did, yeah. The only man in the world smoking cocaine in Leeds.
That's why I hate Dublin Airport and everyone who works in it. Everyone,
right.
all of you.
Dublin Airport has unfollowed you.
Honestly. It's just so frustrating. Like, isn't it mad?
That's us going out and knock for the remainder of our career.
But isn't it mad to be so right about something?
But be careful.
To be so right, like.
But be careful, because remember, when I went through knock, didn't I get recognised? You're the buck from TikTok.
Yeah, but that's great.
The Stig will take out this clip now, and we'll be going through Dublin the next time you're going over to Spain, Bled in the Wedding, and Big Time Betty's going to spot you a mile away, and you are going to get strip searched and waterboarded before you get to the plane.
She didn't want me to take out my laptop, Brendan. She was like, no,
just liquids.
Even though there's a sign everywhere in
yeah.
security that says, but she didn't say it to me. Like, what you say in that instance is, I know it says take out your laptops there, but you don't need to. That's not what she said.
No.
Big Time Betty. Right? Fuck. Just liquids. You're fucking hell. And you're like,
You're right there, Kendy.
but it's what annoys me is that it doesn't mean there's no customer service. I know they have to deal with people all day, every day.
I was saying
but
that it's
I'm
just,
being really nice, like. So
yeah.
why are you being ignorant? I'm being nice.
Yeah.
You know, God bless Knock.
Yeah, where
and
they have
God
a
bless
machine that
Shannon.
requires nothing to be taken
Where
out of them.
everybody knows your name.
Oh, you're right. I was watching you on the way in.
You know, I'm fairly certain the next time in Dublin I'll make a claim. You know, it's just everything about the place is. That's why I want to get there early. I want to get through security. I want to get past Philip, who runs the place. Yeah, no way, and Big Time Bessie. And once I'm past them, then I can deal with the duty free people.
Yeah.
You know, the
Trying
people
to
who
put spray on you.
Paco Rabanne? No,
No,
listen,
you're
have
fine.
a look at me now. I can't afford Paco Rabanne. I can't afford nothing. So I don't mind all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't mind the gate people at Ryanair. None of them, they don't stress me out. People who work on Ryanair flights don't stress me out. None of that.
Yeah.
It's Big Time Bessie and Philip.
Those two
in particular. And the thing is, Dublin Airport now are gone massive on TikTok doing videos to try and show everyone how human they are through security. The security staff here at Dublin airports, we're just going to tell you what you can and can't bring. Okay? So let's put Sheila, because she has the most personality out of every single one of us, right? And she's not pulling out her gruig. Okay? So put her in front of the fucking... And there's one fella who's great crack.
Yeah.
That's it.
There's
two of them. Right? There's great crack Paddy,
And
right?
Sheila.
And Sheila, who's not pulling out a gruig yet. And they put them in front of the TikTok camera.
Yeah.
And they say, will ye make everyone make it look like we're approachable? Because the rest of us are ignorant showers of shit.
They're not. I have to balance it now. They're not.
Stop defending them.
I have to.
No.
Because I know what happens to people when they're dealing with absolute Egypts, day in, day
no,
out.
You weren't in Egypt.
But you weren't in Egypt. But probably the 7 lads before you going on a stag abroad to Edinburgh or something, they were Egypts. So they were probably trying to take their laptops out as well. And she was so pissed off at this stage, Big Time Betty.
Okay.
That she just had lost it with you.
Okay, so Big Time Betty, here's the thing. Before you go into work tomorrow, Big Time Betty, I want you to go up to whoever runs security.
Philip.
No, he's just another puncher as well, right?
Right.
It's Robbie inside in the office. He never comes out to see anyone, so he doesn't have to deal with the
He's
customers.
watching the screens.
They're just his minions, right? Into Robbie and say, Robbie, before we start the day, right, and things get mad busy here at 6:30 in the morning, I want a step ladder. Why do you want a step ladder, Big Time Bessie?
Yeah.
I'm taking down every sign in this security that says a laptop. Because it's driving me up. I have to tell everyone who comes through who's trying to be a good citizen and get prepared.
Okay.
You know how prepared I stopped at a table before we got to even security.
You did.
And I said I'm taking out all my stuff, all my juices.
You were going to be ready.
I was going to be ready for
Every
Big Time
juice
Bessie.
is out. You just wanted validation. You wanted everything to be all right.
And then the thing is, like, they're not keeping up with the stuff. Because then you got to Spanish airport and they're saying to me, will you take out that laptop? And I'm saying, I'm just a confused passenger. Everywhere I go, it's a different rule. Everywhere I go, it's a different rule.
Okay, Kendy, I appreciate your frustration. You all right? Take a breath.
Yeah, but you're still defending them.
I'm
which
not.
Is really
I'm just trying to
frustrating.
provide, because they're not all Betties. A lot of them are good people, and the ones that you might get a bad dose of a day, they're probably just having a tough day. The way we all have tough days.
Do you know what the annoying thing about? Yeah, no, we all have tough days, but I'm rarely ignorant to a load of people.
Rarely,
sometimes.
But when it happens, it's quite spectacular.
You know, Bucky Boo, I was on about there. Your man, the really jolly fella, Philip.
No,
right?
Philip isn't the jolly fella.
No, he is. Yeah,
it's good crack. What did we call him?
No, it was Philip.
It was Sheila, and there was Jerry or something.
No, I think it was Philip. The worst thing is when we give names to these people, it's hard to remember what the name we gave to them was. He works in Terminal 2.
Yeah.
Because I met him before when I was going to America.
Yeah.
And he works in security in there now.
Yeah.
It's the Terminal 1 you want to be looking after.
But the Terminal 2 stuff, it's a different... there isn't even... I don't think there's actually security machines in Terminal 2. They literally just invite you to walk through.
To go on transatlantic flights.
Yeah,
right,
just to walk through a little area, and there's people looking at you and going, "Yeah, he looks fine."
Doesn't it sound like something you'd say, like, because people say the terrible twos, or your man has the terminal twos about him, so he's jolly, he's a good fella.
yeah.
Your man's going through the terminal twos at the moment, which is a good thing.
That was it. That was the end of the Spain trip, anyway.
Yeah, the Spain trip was great crack. I organised it really well.
All
the gear got there on time.
You organised it really well. I was very impressed. I had to do very little.
No, it was great. It was marvellous. So if anyone else wants to get married abroad, my wife won't let me. So stop sending in inquiries.
The guitar player Dwayne wants to do 32 weddings a year over there.
He wants to do 32 weddings a year, even though. But you know why? Because he's the handiest ring going. I was there all day Sunday, setting everything up. Ray was driving to the airport to collect Luke.
Yeah.
And Dwayne was sitting at home watching television on his iPad.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden then, after the stress of everything, Dwayne was like, we should do this loads of time. I'm like, yeah, we should, Dwayne. But how about maybe we all organise it then the next time? The thing is, I want to be the one who organises it. This is the other thing I'm going to tell everybody. Ray got such a buzz off us, right? We were sitting in the pool, the two of us, weren't we? Naked, right?
Because I didn't bring any swim trunks.
Yeah, so we both got in. I didn't want him to feel bad, so I got in naked as well.
Yeah.
So there was a pair of water snakes. And we were sitting in the pool naked on the rooftop. And Ray said to me, if we're going to do it again, Jaxie, can I organise it?
Thank you.
Yeah. And what did I say? I said, of course you can, fancy pants.
Yeah.
And
I wore no pants.
Yeah, but that wasn't, in fairness to him, that wasn't a slight on me organising.
No, it's just...
I think you just got such a buzz of the organisation of the whole thing.
I like organising.
I'd love to be the one that does that.
I love it
And
too.
you usually are. Before the online booking and all that, and the online passports and the online...
I'd be the old lad with the folder.
You had the folder with everyone's stuff.
Everyone's stuff, all the boarding passes, the whole lot.
And you love that, don't you?
I do.
So next time, if anyone's getting married abroad...
I'd organise it.
Ray will organise it. You can get in touch with me and I'll put you on to my foreign correspondent.
That'll be me.
Which will be Ray.
Thank you.
He'll organise everything. Now, the price has got 36 grand to get us to go abroad now.
And that's cheap.
And that is cheap. The only reason it's gone up that much is because my marriage might end if I keep going abroad.
You keep what, inverted commas, working.
Yeah, so if I have to pay the maintenance on my own kids, then it certainly has to be up on £36,000 to get us to go over.
Yeah. Wasn't received well anyway, the working, was it?
Well, I mean, it was but it's just amazing what happens. Nicola was great, by the way, really good. And when I got back, she wasn't stressed at all for minding the kids. She was like, that's great, no.
Yeah.
But it's amazing. I just feel like she's looking at me going, you know, I have a bullet in my back pocket now, a metaphorical bullet. That the next time something happens, I'm going to pull that out. You went just 4 days. You went to Spain, Mark.
You and Ray up in the pool on the rooftop, no pants,
naked, no pants on or nothing. You think that's all right? Yeah, Is it?
And you call that work?
So it's really annoying. It means I can't call for another 6 months again.
Sorry,
that's the only problem there with that is that she has that one ready to go. No way. You went off to Spain without me, and I had to keep calling. I kept calling it a holiday. It was such a fucking. I didn't mean to do that.
Well, it's built into you.
Yeah, when you're abroad like that, it feels like a holiday.
Feels like a holiday.
But I had to tell her it was work. I was stressed on me mind, Nicola, love. Oh, it was tough, stressful. Sitting up with Ray's flus.
Okay.
Anyway, come on, anyway. Ray, Anthony, you want to get on to it? It feels like ages since you've been away. What have we been missing? What's the crack that we have?
I think I've just deleted all the notes. No, I didn't. Everything's okay. I have an awful few bits and stuff.
Is there stuff we have to be talking about?
Yeah, real quick. I'm just going to do it.
Not real quick. Whatever you want. Real quick.
No, pop in some music there now. So the music has started.
Okay.
It is our favourite somber music that we normally put in.
Nearer me God to thee or something, is it?
Is it? A little bit of that there now. It's playing away in the background. I'd like to say I'm really sorry to see that the Jack and Jones shop here in Sligo town has closed. Family flowers only. Donations if desired to, I suppose, any other Jack and Jones shops in the area. But there's a big sale on. Could have closed at this point. Could be over.
As somber as that is, I didn't know there was a Jack and Jones shop.
There was kind of a pop-up one inside in the canopy, formerly
Johnson's Court.
Johnson's Court, yeah.
Is that where? Is that why you always had Jack and Jones?
No, in fairness, I didn't shop a lot in that because it was shite.
No wonder it closed
It was the worst Jack and Jones was ever.
So, all those Jack and Joneses are the worst Jack and Joneses, though.
There's some wonderful ones. I got a lovely pair of Glen trousers there the last day.
A pair of what?
A Glen. They call all their jeans after people. There's a Tim, there's a Glen.
Right. And what's a Glen trouser look like?
A Glen trouser is it's not a too tight jean. It's not a Smoothie O'Reilly jean where you can literally count the veins in his legs.
Are you gone off the skin tight stuff?
No, I don't like the skinny.
So
tight.
I used to love the skinny, right?
Yeah.
But I said an awful statement to me missus a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
I said to her, I must get a relaxed fit tracksuit pant.
Right.
Now, I've nearly gone back to the O'Neill again.
Oh, yeah, it's
and
nice.
she said, whatever do you mean, Mark? And I said, I don't want it to be cuffed
Yeah.
at the bottom.
No, you don't. You want it to open at the bottom. Let
I
the
want
air
it open.
circulate.
You'd nearly go back. The flare is nearly
Oh,
on the
the
way.
flare is nearly back. So
So let's talk about Jack and Jones just for 1 second.
Oh yeah, sure, okay. I didn't think
So-
you were going into this.
I don't mind talking about Jack and Jones because they're a huge conglomerate.
Right.
The high street idea of setting up a Jack and Jones,
Yes.
unless you have 90% farmers
Yeah.
which are not walking around Sligo town,
Unfortunately, Sligo's not a very farming town.
not a very farming town.
No, full of oceans.
I can't
and
believe it
surfers and
lasted.
musicians.
How long did it last?
It was a bigger shop, and then it moved to a smaller location.
It was getting smaller and smaller as the days
So
go
it was
by.
dying fast.
And Sir EJ was killing it with all his wonderful
With all his
clothes.
wonderful, EJ had all the deals.
Yeah, he had all the so I wouldn't be going into it. I didn't even know there was a Jack and Jones.
I know, that says a lot. Speaks
The
volumes.
only thing, if you want your high street to last in town now,
Mm-hmm.
you better have cafes and vape shops. That's the only thing that'll survive in a high
I
street.
don't
now.
mind cafes. I think vape shops would be as illegal as the world could be. I think they're the worst. I think they're literally
Yeah.
worse than famine.
No, I agree too though, Ray. I had to say I agree, and I know I've been partial to a vape, but I think that I see the vape shops popping up now in Sligo, loads of them, and they look like sweet shops.
They look, yeah, they are. They're looking very like sweet shops.
They're
But
just
they're not
attracting-
sweeties.
yeah.
They're just things you put in your lungs that eventually kills you.
But there's the worrying thing is that a lot of them are selling sweets.
Oh, I didn't know this.
There's shops in Sligo now that are vape shop, but they're also selling sweets
Oh.
and it's almost like you're attracting kids in with the sweets.
Bad.
Some of the
some of the
chippers are riddled with vapes.
You know,
selling
they're
vapes.
kind of gone. Yeah.
Is
There's
it? Yeah.
There's one chipper in town that's gone.
There's more vapes than nuggets, says Brendan. And that's when you know it's gone too far. How you go? Can I get a card chip and 8 vapes?
That's essentially what it is. They're recreating the old Irish pub come grocery,
Yeah.
and now it's a chipper come vape shop.
It's-
That is the new.
Well, can I get a curry vape, please? And coleslaw vape, if you don't mind there, please. The thing, it's bad, it's going to end up like sausage rolls now. Can I get 2 vapes? Well, there's 5 vapes for €2 if you want them there. You know?
Yeah.
It's gone very bad. I had no idea that they were becoming so not regulated.
And Northern Ireland, I think, have now outlawed
That's
the
good.
single-use vapes.
Single-use vapes.
Yeah.
That's good
Yeah.
to do that.
Yeah.
Everyone knows I'm partial to a vape as well. Am I aware that I might be doing damage? Yeah. Okay.
That's
but
your business, though.
That's my business.
Yeah.
That's not the chipper's business.
No.
But I do think that there definitely needs to be some kind of regulation on you know the way eventually with cigarettes the collapsed lung came on them and you can't have colour on the packets anymore
Yeah.
because you can't be
They made
kids.
it really unpalatable.
There's a thing called a Lash Mary.
A what?
A Lashed Mary.
Oh, I thought it was like a Lost Petroleum Station.
No.
It was like a different Spanish item.
A Lash Mary is the disposable vapes everyone's using, and they're mad colours
Okay.
and stuff.
Yeah.
But if you walk by any of the vape shops, they're just full of colour. But
Yeah.
back to the high street. If you want your high street to survive,
Yeah.
all you can have is cafes and vape shops.
Yeah.
So I couldn't believe when Golden Discs opened again in Sligo.
And how they're still open.
How are they still open?
I have no CD.
I'm thinking about opening
But I have no
Extravision
CD
again.
player in my whole van.
No.
I have nowhere to play a CD. Or
none
a
of-
record.
No, my computers run like that. They don't have disc drives.
No, how are they open? What's going on?
It's people buying old records.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
So the idea of the old record shop was brilliant. But in typical big business fashion, Golden Discs have decided, well, we'll just go and take over the old record shop again. If that's what's coming back, well, then we'll just do it way bigger and put the old record shop out of business instead.
True, yeah,
I think
yeah.
that's what's kind of happened there. We'll be able to get our hands on way bigger stuff than they can, and we'll do that instead. And I don't think it's going to last. Sorry, there's another one to add to that as well, which is phone shops.
Oh, it can't
Or
be a good phone shop.
Internet shops.
And chemists. Loads of chemists.
Chemists as well.
Chemists, vape shops. So the
Yeah.
chemist to fix the problem with the vapes.
Yeah.
The phone shop.
To ring
So
the
you have
ambulance.
something to look at in the cafe.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
it's
'cause you
all
can't-
interlinked.
You can't be sticking the head up.
Yeah.
And the other thing as well
And
is
17 Turkish barbers.
17 Turkish barbers as well.
Every one of them doing the same cut.
Every one of them doing the same cut and also burning your nostril hairs even though you didn't ask them. You're sitting back and you're going, I'm on fire!
Did you get your nostril hairs burned?
No, I didn't know. I go to Rory's Maitland.
Yeah, he
Last
doesn't
time I
burn-
checked, he wasn't Turkish. Actually, do you know what the thing is? I don't mind Turkish barbers. I love the stuff they do with your face and your ears and stuff.
I don't know how there's so many of them though.
I mean, I don't know. That's obviously a trade they have.
Yeah,
There's
they're
Irish
very good at
bars.
it,
There's Irish bars in every
That's true, yeah.
city
Yeah.
in the world
Yeah.
and every
Yeah.
town in the world. So there's Turkish barbers. That's the thing that they're really good at. And fiacla.
And-
The thing is, and I have a good one for you.
What?
This is a good one now. Do you want to hear this one? Hopefully this does not come across as racist.
I have a funny feeling. As soon as you mentioned it, I was like, oh no.
Shit.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
We'll always cut it out.
So, I got told, and you'll well know this as well, by the way. Mm-hmm. It was years ago. I got told by a Turkish barber, hair's on the way out there now, love.
I think I remember this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said it on the podcast. He said to me, the hair's on the way out there now.
Yeah.
And I went out to Rory's Maitland and the guy that works with Rory's Maitland.
Yeah.
Like a couple of years. And I was like, I was going to get this cut that I have right now.
The wee buzz cut.
The wee buzz cut. And I was like, I can't do it anymore because
hair's on the way out.
the hair's on the way out. Like, and your man said to me, your hair's not on the way out at all. Like, it's nowhere near being on the way out. And I was like, well, your man in the Turkish barber has told me it was, right? And he said to me, the amount of people that say that to me, that say that they went to it and he said it was on the way out. And he said, I wonder, like, is it a case that because hair restoration is so big in Turkey,
And then the
that
advanced guard.
they're kind of going, come here, look, whenever you're over there in Ireland, will you start telling all the boys that their hair's on the way out so we can get the business to go over
You
here?
think they were like an advanced party, a sales party?
Yeah, they're kind of going,
Yeah.
will you let them know that they need to be getting over as far as us? Do you know? And that, man, maybe it's a thing. Maybe it's a thing. But maybe
He could have said here is the way out.
he kept saying to me, here's the way out.
Here's
I was
there.
like,
And you're like,
maybe
are
it
you
is.
serious?
Yeah.
What are you?
Here, just over to maybe on the right a little bit. €20. I was like, not a bad deal. Is that who's
Bad
doing
deal.
that? Anyway, maybe I don't know. Maybe there's a thing in us where they're telling us that it's.
Could be.
Is it though? Will you have a look at the top? Yes.
I'll have a look.
Anyone on Patreon, have a look at the top yes and tell me if I'm
For €5 a
Here
month,
we
you can
go.
have a look at it.
Check the hair.
Before we leave the wedding stuff as well, but no, you're fine. No, it's fine.
Sure.
Before we leave the wedding stuff, I have to shout out to Darren Leonard.
Oh yes.
Very nice fella, that's all.
Yeah.
Yep. He was,
The other thing as well is it's class to go to a wedding like that abroad in Spain, which has nothing to do with the podcast.
Yeah.
So it's the Atlantic Wedding Band.
Yeah.
And people just go, yep, look at the boys. How cool is that? Like, there was loads of people
I
that
have to say, it was
recognised
one of the
us.
nicest things about it. It
Yeah.
was like, there was lads coming up going, resolution, and I got through the last 218 podcasts in the last 2 days.
Yeah.
You know, on
Yeah.
the plane, coming over, listening to
I
the whole
listened
back
to the
catalogue.
entire catalogue on the way over in the plane.
Now,
You know?
Speaking of listening to podcasts, and people listen to today's one, I have a challenge for you.
Go on.
Have your phone on you.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay,
we're going to each make a phone call.
Oh, I hate this. Go
I
on.
know. And we're going to just put the phone up against the microphone and see what happens.
Okay.
You are going to ring your mother-in-law. Okay?
What?
Yeah. You're going to ring your mother-in-law
Okay.
and you're going to say, hello, Catherine.
Yeah.
She's going, hello, Mark.
Yeah.
And you're going to say, look, probably just a bit tired. I think I'm going to go to bed. And then you're going to say, good night. And then she's going to say, she's going to wonder why you're ringing her to say you wanted to say, I just want to say good night. That's your only job in this phone call. You have to ring Catherine and you have to make sure you say good night to her, like you would Nicola when you're going to bed. Right? And then I am going to do it to my mother-in-law.
Hang on a
So
minute.
do you want me to try Suzanne first?
No, hang on. Let's just all take a seat for a second here. Is everyone sitting down?
Yeah,
sit down, Ray.
Yeah, I'm
Listen,
down. Yeah.
You are far more, even though I've known Catherine all my life, you have been pretty much living with your mother-in-law.
I know, but she's still going to think I'm absolutely
But
cracked.
it makes way more sense.
I know, but we have to both do it. So if you want me to do it first, just see how it's done.
I'll do it first.
Good man.
I'm so nervous.
It's great. So just give Catherine straight up a ring and say, look, I'm really tired. I'm going to head on to bed. Good night. Just wanted to say good night. Don't hang up. Just let's hear what she says.
Can I ring Nicola first? And
No,
warn
you
her?
cannot.
Oh
This
my
is
God.
all off. This is the new latest TikTok trend. Here we go. Kendy ringing Catherine.
I'm so nervous.
Best luck. Now. And away from the
I've never
camera.
been as
yeah.
nervous
Yeah,
in my
okay.
life.
It's brilliant. She mightn't answer. She could be busy. Or you could be off the hook, lad.
It could be at work.
Oh, yeah. Did she work at night? Oh, this is bad.
Oh, Ray.
Every-
Sounds like Kendy got away with it.
Ah.
You have no idea how the sigh of relief I'm after breathing right there now that I didn't have to do that.
Ring the father.
I'm not ringing the father. I got away with it. I did it. I jumped the gun and I did it, Ray.
You did it. Now we'll try her again after I make my call.
Go on, you try it and see.
I'll try. She might ring you back in the meantime. Okay. So this is something that was happening on TikTok and there's good crack in it, in fairness. I will say that. Hold on now. I'm after, now I'm going into all sorts of things. I'm like an old person opening up the phone.
Hang on
pressing
now.
loads of buttons.
Stick out your tongue.
Yeah. So hold on now. We'll get into Suzanne here now. Where? Hi, here we go. Speaker.
Oh, I'm so nervous.
And no laughing, lads.
There's no jeopardy in this at all.
Hope she doesn't hang me now or anything. What if she doesn't answer? And she'd be one for not answering either. This would be the worst segment ever.
Let's leave it in.
We should leave
Your
it.
call has been.
No.
Let's leave that section. That's going to be gas crack. Okay.
Well, one of them might ring us back. So for the
Maybe.
remainder of the episode, we'll leave the phones on.
Yeah.
And if they ring us back, think it's something's up.
And if not, this got cut out and no one knows that about it.
It's very funny.
Ray, have you any other
I have other
stuff
bits now.
that you have
Just
to get onto?
yeah, just
I keep
Kenny.
checking if you're watching. The battery's gone.
I was up at the Rory Gallagher Festival.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So talk to me about Shannon. Okay,
Who? Ballyshannon.
Ballyshannon.
Yeah.
I have never been up to it.
Have you not?
But every time I see it, everyone's like, it's the best festival in the world.
It is a great festival.
But why is it such a great... Because all I ever see is people playing in sitting rooms. And it's not...
Cozy bars.
Why is everyone playing in a sitting room?
No, they're not.
Is it a rule that in Ballyshannon you have
it's
to
a
play in
cozy
someone's
bar.
sitting room?
It's a cozy bar and it looks like a sitting room.
Is it called the Cozy Bar?
No, it's not called the cozy bar.
Oh, okay.
So
Talk to me about Shannon.
Ballyshannon is the place where the Rory Gallagher Festival happens every year, and it's run by some tremendous people. It's very much a community-run festival, and a lot of people all the pubs participate as well. So that's all the sitting rooms you're looking at. So all the pubs put on music. So all the bands play in the sitting room area of each of the pubs.
It has to be the sitting room area.
Yeah, it did look. Now that you mentioned, it does look like a sitting room. But that's the best Irish. That's the way Irish pubs are gone now. Everybody wants to have a sitting room.
But it kind of looks like, I wonder, would we get a rock band for the wake? That's what it feels like.
Yeah, maybe. It's one, and then they have a big top marquee where they put a big setup, loads of lights, loads of speakers, and they put on the best of blues music.
Yeah.
And it's great. Now, I will say, you have to be into the blues and the rhythm of the blues to enjoy it.
Okay.
Because it's 12 bars of the same stuff.
It's
for
12 bars. So
the whole weekend.
This is the thing. Let me just give you my one opinion on the Gallagher Festival.
Yeah.
I don't mind Rory Gallagher.
Yeah.
Fair play to him.
Yeah.
Great guitar player. It's apparently one of the most friendly, lovely festivals in the world.
It's
right.
Yeah.
Starts
beautiful.
on a Thursday and ends on a Sunday.
Yes.
Okay. I know, even though I didn't go to it. I know, even though I didn't go to it, that if I had to hear the Bullfrog Blues one more time,
or Shadow Player, Tattoo Lady,
honestly, no.
And then Freebird comes out an awful lot as well. You know, because
he didn't even
the
do
same
that one.
wheelhouse. No, he didn't. Exactly. Yeah.
If I have to hear Bullfrog Blues one more time, I'll go off the wall. I just know every band that's there.
They have to play it.
They have to play it.
Part of the rules is if you're playing it.
It's like Proud Mary at a wedding.
Exactly.
You can't be going
up.
up.
You like the wedding band festival and everybody playing all the same wedding band
we
songs.
We all do Proud Mary.
Yeah.
I'm not dissing it though, because I get the feeling it's a big vibe.
I've talked to Sean about this. Sean's Riley, huge fan of it. Yeah. And he's a huge fan of that music. Now, I'm a huge fan of the music, but I'm not that huge a fan.
Yeah, no, I could
that I
take
can
it or
stick
leave it.
to 3 days listening to the same stuff.
Yeah.
I'd like if there was a little country marquee or a rock and roll marquee or perhaps a metal marquee.
Not even a metal. I'd send in Denver.
Let Denver do it.
Let Denver do it. Just to take a break from the Bullfrog Blues.
Yeah, exactly.
Denver do a couple of waltzes.
Yeah, exactly.
And do a couple of jives.
Yeah, and then he'll do Bullfrog Blues.
And then he'll finish with the 60s rock and roll medley.
Yeah, exactly.
And it'll be a lovely evening.
But it's a wonderful. I was sitting there outside the marquee. There's like a smaller marquee seated area, and I was sitting there. I was trying to figure out how would you best describe the crowd that goes to the festival. Yeah. And it's like the reunion party for an old Viking army that once sacked the area. Because everybody looks like they used to be in the Viking army that sacked the area. They were just real cool looking dudes.
Yeah.
And hardly, but they're most respectful, lovely people. Yeah. And it's just a nice buzz.
Do you ever find that? I've never been to metal festivals or anything like that, but do you ever find that like the harder it goes?
Oh yeah, the nicer the crowd.
The nicer the crowd.
Absolutely.
Do you know?
Yeah. Even the kids were old.
Even the kids were old.
An older brand of kids. But that was Rory Gallagher. On the way up in Grange.
Yeah.
I was interested to find a new way of I think it was a GA club, fundraising. They had 4 people in the middle of the road on the traffic islands as you pass through Grange, collecting money.
Troy was on the way up that way as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was like, I've never seen him do it that way before.
So, it was the most aggressively nice thing I've ever seen.
It's very safety conscious begging.
Yeah.
Because they were in high-vis vests. They were safely positioned in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
But literally,
it was a main road, like.
Yeah, if you'd stopped and they tried to squeegee your windscreen.
Yeah.
Do you know,
you'd be like,
it wasn't far removed from the bucks you'd see in Dublin.
But, yeah, but the only thing is, though, your one called me pet, and I loved it.
You gave her all the money.
So, no, I didn't. I pulled down the window and I said, love, I haven't had change since 2019.
Very good point.
Honestly, that's what I said. I said, love, and she said,
have you card?
It's all right, pet.
It's all right, pet.
But they weren't tapping card, though.
No, they weren't.
They were just trying to take in.
Yeah.
But the other thing
no
about
coverage
that
in the road.
You can give out all you want. Now, I don't know what you called them, but you were giving out there about that.
wasn't giving out.
Raising money for community stuff like that.
It's hard work.
I'd rather give that. They're giving up of their time to try and raise stuff out there.
Yeah.
And that's the stuff I do love. Honestly. And you were giving out stink about
I wasn't.
it there.
I
You were
just said
like
they
a
were-
bull.
Jesus.
You were ripping them because of them. No, I came across that as well, Ray.
Yeah.
And I hope they raise plenty of money.
Right.
Because Grange, they need that. The JA club out there, they need that.
They need
pound,
it, do
Ray.
they?
No, but communities need their JA clubs.
Yeah, but would there be any chance Croke Park with all the millions they've got up inside the palace?
Well, it's funny you say that, Ray. As a Mayo man, it's funny you say that, Ray.
I know.
Right?
I think it's time we cut it there now.
No.
Why don't we leave it? I feel like I'm getting backed into a corner
Yeah,
here.
you're gonna-
A corner of not my making.
No, back into that corner there. It's funny you say that about the
What
Croke Park
happened with
money.
Mayo?
I'll tell you what happened with Mayo.
They put-
Right? Nobody knows.
Put 4 lads up in an industrial
In
estate.
the words of Queens of the Stone Age,
What was wrong with that? The roof over
that
their
was
heads.
as odds. The boys were living in an industrial estate.
Where was the industrial? I couldn't figure out where it was. Is
no,
it
I
in
don't
Dublin
know.
or Mayo?
No, it was in Dublin, I think. It was in
Oh,
Dublin.
so when
yeah.
they were up doing the work for the week,
Yeah.
instead of having to get, of course, a lovely situation with our
Yeah.
housing crisis, they couldn't find a place to rent. So they decided some enterprising Mayo
Yeah.
man, I have a couple of units there free
Yeah,
now
but-
in Saggart.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was like. But that's not the bit I'm on about.
Oh, what's the bit
What
you're on
happened to the Mayo J? They had a board meeting, county board meeting, and everyone turned up.
Everyone.
What's your man's name? Jarlath Burns,
Yeah.
president of the JA.
Yeah.
The head of the finances of the JA turned
Yeah.
up. They all Tom Ryan was there. Everyone loves this now, by the way. But typical old Mayo, Ray, right?
What happened?
You came out and you took out a big. Actually, this is typical Mayo. Wait, how much does this relate to you, right? You came out in the Mayo County Board a couple of years ago,
Yeah.
and you took out a big fat owl loan. Big, massive owl loan.
Big old
Right?
throbbing old
And
veiny
you
old
said,
loan.
Yeah, big old triumphant loan.
Right.
Right? And you
Yeah.
said, listen.
What's wrong with that?
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly. I was common man wouldn't dare do it. Right?
You wouldn't have the audacity.
So you came out and you said, we'll worry about that in the future.
Yeah.
It turns out the future is tomorrow. All the time. Always. The future is always tomorrow.
Nice.
Which isn't that far away as well, you know, Ray. We're almost there now.
What's the problem with the loan?
The problem with the loan
What's
was
the buy with the loan?
They couldn't pay it.
What
Right?
did they buy with the loan?
Yeah, so
Nothing wrong building a stand.
Brendan, actually, it's funny Brendan saying that. I don't know what the loan was used. Was it used for a stand? Allegedly, it was used to build a big stand, right? So you could all stand in there and go, "There's the All Ireland dreams gone again this year now." You could all stand in there every July and go, "Next year, that's bad." But
Okay.
Croke Park
Yeah.
and the JA,
Yeah.
the headquarters of the JA, had to come in and buy the loan
All right.
and said, Jarlath Burns came down. There was a lot of accusations made.
Yeah.
He came down with Tom Ryan.
Yeah.
And they said, don't worry about it, we have you covered.
We'll take it.
We'll take it.
Well, I wish they'd
And
come
I
down-
want to know,
Yeah.
if the Atlantic Wedding Band takes out an astronomical loan,
the GA come in.
who's up there
Yeah.
at the head of it in Dublin?
But why isn't Grange GA taking out a massive loan? and
That's
let
what I'm
the GA
saying.
Yeah.
You're the one who was giving out stink about the
I'm-
boys going in trying to collect pennies.
I'm just
And you
saying-
and your people
I'm saying-
have taken out a loan rate that Jeff Bezos wouldn't pay back, right? You and your people, the green and red.
The Grange thing, I just thought it was just dangerous for them.
It's not the green and red of Mayo, it's only the green of Mayo. That's all you care about up there is the green red. Oh, the green of Mayo, I can't pay it still. It's fucking, it's shocking bloody interest rates.
Okay. Right.
Put the stand back in the bin.
Okay, that's fair. Good. Now I'll get on.
Where the south stand hits the west.
I gotta get on to Brendan's bits.
Come on.
Right?
Sorry, Ray, no.
Just so now, Brendan's bits this week. Cue the intro. There it is.
No. Wasn't on the video again.
Brendan is adamant, and he's been at this for years.
Go
that
on.
I throw, agony aunt stories at you.
Oh, brilliant.
So really quick.
Yeah.
This little section of Brendan's bits called Kendy Cares.
Kendy, well, I mean, can there be a question mark after that? Kendy cares? That's
Right.
what we call it.
So here
Kendy
it is.
cares?
Yeah.
Yes or no? Okay.
The headline of this one is, she has a stash of 10,000. All right? My girl has a hoard of cash she keeps secret from me. Should I confront her about it? We're in the process of buying our first starter flat. We're looking at mortgage options with a trusted financial advisor. The other day, he asked us to go through our current accounts, credit cards and savings. I kept expecting her to pipe up about the 10,000 she has in the building society account.
Yeah.
I've seen statements in her bedside table, but she didn't say a word. How can I start a new life with someone who isn't completely honest?
Now, let's talk about that, right?
Since when was there a building society? These are old.
Any woman, can I just say, kudos to this woman.
For keeping the 10K.
nowadays, to hide £10,000
Yeah,
from
true.
anyone is
Yeah.
impossible.
Yeah.
So first of all, you should say, I'd be more worried about why she kept 10,000 away from him now.
Yeah.
There used to be a thing years ago, Ray, and maybe our missus are doing now unbeknownst to us. They're better at hiding that than anyone. There used to be runaway money, middle of the night money.
What's that? Oh,
No.
is this thing Laura keeps giving out about me? I have a bag packed the whole time.
I
in
have a
the press.
bag packed the whole time.
Yeah,
Nicola
yeah.
keeps telling me it's in the hot press, and you got one more move, Mark.
Oh, this is the bullet.
I have a bag packed in the hot press,
I have a
Mark.
bag packed in
one
the
more trip
slides
to
robe.
Lurka. But try it.
But how
try
is it? Nicola has her bag and I have my bag. So you're telling you and Laura the problems.
It's possible. It is possible because me and Laura are free spirits.
Yeah.
Like we are. We're the free spirits in the relationships.
So-
And you're the ones that are hiding money, the two of you. But the thing is, anyone that can hide that, 10 grand. Here's the thing. Fair play to that woman, right?
Should he confront her?
No, he shouldn't. No, he should. Do you know what he should do? He should say, fair play to you, right? Where is it hidden in an account or is it in the physical
It's in the
form?
building society. And he's seen the statement. Well, I don't know. She keeps it in the
Oh, they'll
bedside
find
table.
that.
Yeah.
That's the problem nowadays.
But
They'll
he's
find
found
that.
it.
He found it.
He's
but they'll-
found it, but who's they?
Sorry, does she know that he found it though?
No, I don't believe so.
Now that's runaway money. He should be panicking. I
Right.
didn't read it. I'm after getting the full context of it
Yeah,
now, right?
fair enough.
Does Kendy care? Yes, he does. Right.
Yeah.
I'm just letting you know, Shamey. She's planning on taking off any minute now,
Okay.
and they will do
So
that.
don't be buying a flat if she's planning on doing that.
No. You'll be on the hook for that, and
Yeah.
she'll be halfway to Australia with Pedro. Right.
Right.
That's the way that'll work. With 10 grand in her back pocket, it won't get her too far.
No.
But it'll get her out of the country.
Down to Rosslare.
That's for sure. It'll
The
get her down
Highland.
as far as Rosslare, and she might get over to Calais.
You ready for-
But no, I'm not done yet.
All right.
The other thing is as well, right? It doesn't matter how fresh a marriage is or how fresh buying a house is. They can drop like that.
They can.
Okay? And I've seen it myself. I'm on all the forums, Ray, for these wedding bands.
Yeah.
Right? And usually these wedding band forums are like a bride might pop in. She might hop into a forum, now I won't name it, and she might say, I was thinking about getting this backless dress. What do you think? Or she might say, has anyone checked out these videographers? I was thinking about booking them. And people would say, I had them at mine. They were brilliant.
Yeah.
I was thinking about getting this wedding band. I'm caught between two wedding bands. Yesterday, a woman pops in and says, I'm only married a month. Is it too late to get an annulment?
What?
You can't really comment under that. Have you thought about booking the Atlantic band? It doesn't work. Which is usually what
But she's only married a month. so you
She's
can't-
only
there's
married a month.
There's no point in booking the
But
Atlantic
the thing
band.
is, usually it's like little quirky stuff like that. But she said, since I've met him, or since we've got married, I have just found that he is all of a sudden keeping me in the house.
Yeah.
He said, I spent all the money on the wedding now, so I'll give you an allowance. Terrible stuff. Terrible stuff. But she pops this into the forum.
Yeah.
They're only a couple of weeks married, Ray.
Jesus.
So this woman here, or this fella, I would be nervous if I was you.
For his safety.
If she's hiding £10,000 in the Builders Society, or whatever,
Building society.
that's to run away.
Right.
She's going to give the Builders Society a call some night,
Should be gone.
and she'll be gone halfway
I
to
think most building
Fungarola.
societies, the likes of EBS now is a building society. And it takes a week to get money out of
It
them.
does take a week to
Yeah,
get money
if
out
not
of it,
longer.
and you can't pull it out. So if you get in an argument now, there's
She'll
a
be gone
good
in a
chance
week.
you got next Thursday. Don't
enough.
say we didn't warn you.
Don't say it. Boozy Ant is liability.
These are supposed to be fucking quick. That went on.
Yeah, I know, but you
Sorry,
yeah.
this one I'll keep it quick.
Okay.
A boozy ad is always a
Is
liability.
a liability. My dad will soon celebrate his 60th birthday. My brother and I are planning a big party with a marquee band and booze. It's going to be epic. I'd like to invite all the family, but there's one aunt who always drinks too much and spoils the fun. On New Year's Eve, she turned up at my cousin's house and caused havoc. She picked up a stranger at the pub and they shouted, danced and drank and created havoc. My brother gently asked them to leave and she kicked off, smashing glasses and throwing food. Dare I leave her out without starting a massive row?
It sounds like she made the BBC. That kind of thing, doesn't
Yeah.
it? It really does sound like she made the BBC.
So should he leave her out? I think so.
I would say, is it worth it though, leaving her out? Because if you leave her out, then is she going to come to your door anyway?
Oh, yeah.
People do it.
Yeah.
People have often turned up, even though they're not. And the thing is, look, lads, family problems.
Maybe-
We all have them.
Yeah.
One thing I've learned over the years is you think you have family problems, everyone has them, Ray. Mm-hmm. So does Kendy care? Not really.
Not
about that
really.
one.
Fair
Keep
enough.
going.
That's good. That's all I had.
There's no way. Can you bring me more of those?
I
Because I
can
love
do
them.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Real
Can you-
things.
Can you bring me more of those that are real?
Yeah.
Because I love reading shit like that.
That's all right.
So keep that coming.
I am now coming to the end of the podcast.
Yeah,
but I
Ray's
have a
coming
whole
to the end
heap
of
of
it. I'm gonna keep going.
Shout outs.
Oh, we do have to go,
yeah, we do.
on.
End of Flaherty.
Yeah.
Great fan of the podcast, listens a lot. Him and 20 lads are coming on a stag to Sligo this Saturday.
Yeah.
Now, he sent a voice note to ourselves, or a message to ourselves, and he said, where would you recommend to go?
I will
And
note-
any
Oh.
and any tips on where to go.
Now.
Now,
Now,
I sent him back a message and said, look, we'll address it on the podcast. We'll give you some suggestions of places to go, but we'll also give you some tips on how, because he was asking, country lads, Galway Roscommon, brown shoes, brown belts.
Oh yeah,
Jack and Jones.
Yeah, Jack and Jones closed down now. Sorry, so you can't go there.
He just said any tips on how, and is there places funny with stags? And I just said I'd ask you this now. Laura was giving out to me, said you need to tell him now, like this was Tuesday.
Yeah.
So you need to tell him now where to go because he'll want to know where to go.
Yeah,
I said, no, he'll be time enough getting it on Friday.
So if he's driving up on Friday now, he's going to know. I will tell you where it's going and nothing to do with that. And this is not #not sponsored if that means anything.
Yeah.
Maeve's is the best place to go. And I'll tell you what, I'm playing there Saturday night, 9 o'clock. Come in and see me and Bethany. Right? That's on the Saturday night. Thing is, there's loads of pubs.
What would you go Saturday evening?
Saturday evening, you could sit outside Maeve's. Completely different experience. When the weather's good, go to Green Maeve Square.
Yeah, but I think it's raining, so where would you go?
Do you know what? They have umbrellas.
They have umbrellas outside Maeve's, in fairness.
Outside the Gareth Oak.
Yeah.
That's a whole different experience.
Different place altogether, yeah.
I know. There's loads of places to go. I will tell you, there's a couple of pubs in Sligo. If they look like they're going to shush you, they probably will.
Yeah.
Now, there's a couple of pubs in Sligo that don't like stags.
Yeah,
there's a few of them.
Yeah.
But there's some more that are far more open to
you can get into
us.
them, and this is the big piece of advice to any stag out there.
Yeah.
Don't be going round the 20 of you with the brown shoes together in a group.
No, wear one pair of shoe between you.
Balance, pair out into groups of 2.
Yes.
And approach the pub on your own, just a pair of bucks going in for a quiet pint.
Now, it means it'll take an hour and a half to get you all in. You'll have to stagnate at 10 minutes apiece.
But you're rolling through pubs, and just 2 people are pairing off every time.
If you're mad into like a cool evening atmosphere, go to Lily's.
Yeah,
that's
nice
what I would say.
Yeah.
Nice evening atmosphere, go to Lily's. If the weather is good, sit outside Queen Maeve Square.
Yeah.
And if you want a good, right, rambunctious fucking evening, I'm in there at 9 o'clock in Maeve's on Saturday.
That'll be nice now.
So was Bethany.
That's good.
There you go.
Yep. After I say congratulations to, I hope this is allowed, but you're lucky, Sharon Cawley.
And
Pat Howley.
Yeah.
They've got engaged.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Wonderful. I'd like to, I suppose, lambast Pat, because he's kind of ruined it for everybody else, because what he did was he brought her up to Carrotike, which is a beautiful part of Northern Mayo. Very rural, very isolated, as my mother-in-law would say, but beautiful.
Just in case she said no.
Just in case she said no, I'll get her as far away from... Oh, Suzanne's ringing me back.
Here we go.
Hold on now. How are you, Susie?
How are you?
No, I'm all right now. Sorry now, I was only ringing you there. I'll be honest with you. The last couple of days has me wrecked. I just want to let you know I'm going to bed. And
that's no problem.
I just wanted to say good night.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
No problem.
No bother.
Okay.
Yeah. Sound as well.
Right.
Thanks, Susie. Good night now. Sleep well. Good night.
Bye.
She's such a sweetheart. She's such a sweetheart.
Yeah.
Is she not going to sit there now and go, I think Ray... Yeah. It sounded like you do ring her a lot like that.
No, I don't, ever.
She took it... That's so mad.
Yeah. I'd say she was on to me.
My worry about ringing Catherine was that she, as my mother used to say, fuck me from a height.
Try her again.
No, I'm not trying her again. No, I got way too nervous the first time.
I'll try her.
No, I know.
I'll tell her I'm going to bed.
I promise you, if it works, I promise you I'll do it next week.
Right.
I promise you I will. I'll try her again next week. I know I know she's working. That's
right.
The thing.
Okay, fair enough.
Anyway, Sharon Pat.
Pat brought her out to the feckin', sorry about that, Sharon. Now that interrupted the whole thing. Out to Carrotike, and he must have booked a fella with a drone.
Yeah.
And they were walking out the headland, and they must have spotted the drone buzzing over there. And and Pat went, "Geez, that's nice, isn't it? Some
weird.
fella must be using a drone."
Yeah.
But sure, nobody was anyways. And it flew out past them. Sharon, of course, belting out, walking ahead. She turned round to see where Pat ended up being.
Where was
Pat
he?
was on a knee behind her.
He had dropped to a knee.
He had dropped to a knee, and she got an odious fright, and the drone captured the whole thing.
That's class.
And then it just, as soon as she said, obviously she must have been a yes, because there was a shift after it.
No, she said no. No, she said no.
Oh, no, she said no.
Yeah, she said no, yeah.
Well, it looked very friendly.
It was a beautiful video.
It was a very friendly no. Because at that point then, in fairness, the drone did zoom out. It went out, fecking out to the Atlantic.
Yeah, it was halfway to Boston.
And I just caught this beautiful view.
It's class.
I'd love if we could share the video, but we can't because it's a personal thing.
It is a personal thing, but wouldn't it sicken your hole to see a fella going to that effort?
It's disgusting.
No, because it's
awful. It made me feel stupid.
Yeah, it made me feel like a stupid piece of shit.
Yeah.
So thanks a million for doing that. Can I just give one shout out, Ray, as well? I want to shout out Erica and Richard, who are very, very close to welcoming a brand new baby.
A brand new little check shirt
which
boy.
was one of the most beautiful pieces of news I ever got in my life.
That's good.
And I knew it ages ago. They couldn't say that, right? It was killing me. So I just want to shout out them as well. Fair play to you.
Jeez, we've loads of shout-outs. Happy birthday to Michael McConaughey.
Happy birthday, Mihal. Bye.
We also have to say hello to Kieran Nestor. He's in Milton Malbay in Clare, and he has listened to 200 episodes in a month.
That is so ridiculous.
It's wrong.
There's only 30 days in a month. Like.
It's wrong. And he's probably the foremost expert in our lives at the moment.
Yeah, it's mad the stuff people know about.
Fair play to Anne McAnuff Kishmick, whatever that is. I think that's the name on the Instagram. She has apparently got multiple people involved in listening to this.
That's what I like, you see.
Yeah.
I feel like Kendy Raybo should be a pyramid scheme. So I'm with you, Anne.
Yeah.
We need to, the more you downsell, the more we'll not give you anything, but we'll give you a lot of fair play.
And lastly, at the Shallybannon Festival, I met a gentleman by the name of Garrett.
Yeah.
Do you remember Garrett?
That's ringing a bell.
Is it?
Why is that ringing a bell?
Isn't that weird now?
How do I know him?
Yeah, because I was up at C Sessions at one point, I think it was, and I was wearing the Pro Jacket back in episode 50.
Yeah.
And I ran into a fella called Garrett twice on the night.
Yeah.
He was a friend of our Ethan McGloin, I think.
I think I do see him on our Instagram or something.
And he was drunk both times when I met him. And
brilliant.
I met him again at Shallybannon.
Yeah.
And he was drunk again.
Lovely. Well, listen, imagine all those years later, he's still at us.
Still consistent.
Fair play to him.
But he had a beautiful lady friend with him by the name of Olivia.
No.
And I'll tell you one thing, she started listening to us as well, and she wants to shout out as well.
Olivia Love.
Yeah.
Fair play to you.
Fair play to you. That's all my shout outs.
We're a bit to live, a bit to go home, put these girls to bed, huh?
I really wish Catherine would ring you back.
I know, we'll get her, Ray, but it's the most nervous I've ever been on the podcast. So thanks
You're really afraid of her.
Yeah, no, it's just you don't know who these people are. Ray.
They're like the mafia down
they're
in
like the mafia in
Castlereagh.
Castlereagh.
Right, you don't want to be messing with them.
I can't mess with
them.
them.
Yeah, I'm going to ring Suzanne back now and tell her.
You have. That's what I'm worried about.
Oh,
I'm anxious now because she's like, what the hell has happened?
We'll give her a ring back off air. And by the way, live show 19th of June.
Live show 19th of June, ladies and gentlemen.
Dave Duke tickets are still on sale. Just about. I think they're about 60% gone at this stage.
You want to get in on it quick because the Garvogue does not hold a massive amount of people.
100 people.
Yeah, so
that's 60 people gone.
No.
You've 40 left.
No.
So if you're wondering about it, go for it.
And nothing has changed. I don't want to do the live show, just in case anyone's wondering.
Cool.
Nothing has changed. So come along. It's our last ever one. We're not doing it ever again.
And do you know something? If we don't get Catherine next week, we could try her on the night.
We'll try on the live show. And that'll be, twice won't want to do. Fair play to Brendan and AI Brendan flicking the keys off himself and Ray. Fair play to me.
Fair play to me.
Good luck.
Good luck. The Kendy and Raybo podcast, sponsored by Maeve's Cozy Front Lounge and the Garvogue.